Hey everybody, Justin here from Launch Kits. We've launched over 200 land clearing and forestry mulching websites. So what I want to do in this video is talk to you about three things that we see are necessary to have on your forestry and land clearing website if you're looking to be found by Google, number one. Number two, have conversions, meaning when people land there, they don't just look around and go somewhere else. They actually then convert into a lead. And thirdly, to validate yourself, to grow your business, to sort of establish authority in the space. So number one, to be found with Google, a lot of times we're seeing people who are using their own Wix or Weebly or Squarespace or GoDaddy builders putting their own land clearing, forestry, mulching website content together, and they're missing some key ingredients to be found by Google. I don't mind telling you what those are. Here at Launch Kits, we launch you for $99 a month. We take care of the build, the hosting, the service, the maintenance, the updates, security, forms, all of that. You just pick which launch plan you want. But if you're going to do it yourself, hey, I want to empower you to do it right. It's going to take a lot of time, effort, a little bit of expertise, but roll up your sleeves. Maybe you want to just run your business, which is understandable. That's why we're here, to be better than Wix, Weebly, Squarespace, and GoDaddy, and certainly more affordable than going to your local agency. But to be found by Google, what you want to make sure is that your H1, your header code tags, are your service, your business name oriented, and then have also location sort of tags or like hints or man, I'm drawing a blank on the word, but yeah, geolocation sort of tags. So what that means is the sort of big text on your website that's coded as what's called H1. You want to have your business name be that. You don't want to have something super cheeky that's like, one call, we clear it all. That's a great little tagline, but that's not your H1 core header. So if you're building and you want to be found by Google, you want to make sure your H1 tags are your business name, the core service that you provide. So, land clearing bros in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Okay, that's going to help Google kind of understand what your site is and the content on it. Each page then, your H1 tag should be connected to the core content on that page. So if you do like, forestry mulching, if you do land clearing, if you do, tree removal, those different types of things, make sure those are your H1s so that your Google SERP result, that's your search engine results page result, can correctly categorize all the things that you do. And then on each of those pages, you definitely want to have not AI bot content. You want to actually have well-written, human-written content that explains your services or the core content of that page, typically around 700 to 1,200 words per page. So make sure that, again, if you're building it your own, make sure that you're kind of doing the right things from a coding perspective to be found by Google. There are certainly other things like a verified Google business profile, a lot of great reviews, updating that weekly with service offerings or things like that to tell Google, hey, we're here, we're paying attention, and to tell future customers, hey, we have done this before, we know how to do this, look at our reviews. So all of those things go into being found by Google and showing up in search. The second thing is once they get on your website, you want to be able to easily and clearly convert a visitor into a lead. A lot of times people, if you look on different sites, they'll have like 50 different, not 50, they'll have 3 or 4 different things popping up. Hey, do you want to chat with someone now? Hey, call this number to get a quote. Hey, fill out this form right now, we'll get you an estimate. Hey, click here to see our recent projects. It's kind of like all yelling at you at the same time. Imagine, I've got 5 kids, imagine them all coming and saying the same thing, or rather different things to me at the same time. I'm not going to hear any of them. So when a key to conversion on a website is make sure that the call to action is clear and sort of the moment that they're in. So we call it like the hero moment, or when you log on, when you get onto your site, there might be one, specific call to action that you really want people to do. Sometimes there's like a top button and it says like free estimate, but that doesn't really tell me until I click on it what is involved with that. So maybe call us now, or maybe it's, same day estimate. You want to clearly articulate those next steps and what is to be expected if I go to that page or if I click on that button. A lot of times people, they've actually done brain studies on how much your brain is actually involved when you're going through a website. And a lot of it, you're just taking visual cues. So you want to sort of send one cue at a time to the person on your website. You want to also make sure that you're not over asking on a form that's like a high level interest form. So as in like, hey, I'm just shopping for quotes. Make that an easy ask for a customer. Don't ask all of the things like their name, their first name, and their last name. That's 2 fields right there. Their phone number, their email, and what type of service they want, and what kind of budget they're looking for, and what kind of time frame. And if you ask too many questions, it's called form abandonment. They're gonna leave. You ask too many things. Make it really simple for them to reach out to you, and then for you to follow up and get additional information that you need. There's a couple tools out there that you can use to make that really clear. And also, as the business owner, you want to make sure you track all of those things, that they're kind of in a database, that they notify you when somebody fills out a form so you can get right back to them. So make sure that the conversion element on your website is clear. The other thing, contrast between colors is a big deal. Sometimes it's you can actually use color to direct the eye to specific places. So even though your brand colors might be red, white, and blue, you don't want to necessarily just throw red, white, and blue up on your site so it feels like your brand. What you want to do is pick a primary color and then use one of those as an accent. So if it's primarily blue, just use the red for the action item that you want them to take on that moment on the screen. A lot of stuff to think through, but conversion is really important. It's not just getting to your website, it's taking a clear and simple next step. Your next step might be, hey, look at the gallery of recent projects. That might be the first next step. We call it dating before proposing for marriage. Like, slowly take them through a process to slowly build trust, help them take their next right step before you say, okay, so do you want to share some information and work with us? Sometimes you have to give away free things and value in exchange for their information. So think through that. It's called, conversion optimization. It's one thing we do here at Launch Kits. When we build sites for forestry, mulching, and land clearing, like I said, we built over 200 of them. I'd have to count. We're probably up to over 300 now, but it's a space we know really well. The third thing is then there's building authority in your space, that what you're talking about. There's a couple ways you can do that on your website. One is adding content or blogs, answering questions that customers are asking. Maybe it's the best time of year to do your service. Maybe it's, can I harvest this material and return it for a profit somehow? Whatever people are asking, does it make a mess? Do I need to get permits? Are my neighbors going to complain? What do I do? I mean, you're the expert in all that. This is what you do. So having a way to build authority, that you're not just a website that showed up, but you're actually an expert that's doing this. A lot of times authority and trust is built by sort of stepping in front of your brand, in your cool logo, in your wrapped trucks, in your whatever it is, and presenting you, your store, your connection to the area, maybe your family. If it's a family business, lean into that. So there's ways to build authority and trust. When we build websites for people, we offer them unlimited updates, so they can send new project photos, builds trust. They can send new bios or updated information, maybe seasonal offerings, and it's unlimited updates. Maybe you wrote a blog, or, and that sounds intimidating sometimes for some people. Writing a blog on your site is actually really easy. Don't use ChatGPT. You use voice record on your phone, talk to it around the topic, save it, export the transcript, and boom, you have a beautiful blog. Better yet, record it with your iPhone while you're out on the job, export the transcript, make that a blog, and we'll update it on your website. There's so many ways to build authority on your website, but if you're doing it on your own, again, you want to really make sure those key things, that you know what you're doing to be found by Google, that you know and think through how to convert to the next meaningful action on your website once they're there. That's called conversion optimization. And thirdly, you want to build authority. So yes, there's off-site authority like reviews and stuff, but on-site you can build and establish authority, pictures, galleries, blogs. Another way that you can build authority too is when there's specific areas that you serve, creating content for those specific pages, so that you can, show that you're actually doing work in X neighborhood or Y district. So I hope this is helpful for you to think through building a forestry and land clearing website. We do it all the time, so we wanted to pass along some of the insights and tips for you. Again, if you're picking up one of those, Wix, Weebly, GoDaddy, Squarespace builders and trying to do it yourself, we're not. We love that people want to roll up their sleeves. At the same time, if you want results that help you actually be found and convert people, if you need our help, we're here to help. Like I said, we're not trying to. We're trying to help you do your business well, not worry about where $99 a month goes for hosting, support, tools, the build, update, my team right here in Lancaster, PA. So if we can help, we'd love to help. Anyways, best on the journey. We'll talk with you soon.